In this video, I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily paint the new Necron Canoptek Doomstalker from Games Workshop for Warhammer 40,000. I think this is a lovely miniature and would make an awesome addition to any Necron army.
Sci-Wargamers.
Greetings, hobby fans. My name's Marcel, and it's my mission to help you explore the hobby. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to paint the awesome Necron Canoptek Doomstalker. Let's jump in. So as usual, we begin by priming the miniature. I've used Chaos Black spray paint, but you can use any primer that you so fancy. Next, we're going to use a big sponge. I've got this old kitchen sponge. We're going to take some base warp block bronze and sponge it all over the miniature. We're going to be quite heavy with this. Don't worry if you get any black left in the recesses. That's going to add to our shading. When that's done, it should look a bit like this. We're then going to add a lighter tone to that warp block bronze with Retributor armor. And again, we're going to sponge this on all over the miniature. When that's done, it should look a bit like this. To highlight that, we're going to use some Model Air Chrome by Vallejo, and we're going to do some very light sponging. This will highlight our chips and make it a little bit more highlighted and add to the contrast. It should also give a nice weather-beaten appearance. And we're going to go back to our chrome. We're going to paint all the metal areas, such as the spinning metal bits in the joints, the weapons, and some pipes and pistons and so on. And also the inside of this weird chest thorax area here, which I have no idea what it's called. Now we're going to take a mix of violet and black and make a dark purple and dry brush the sides, or the carapace sides I should say. Give these a heavy dry brush. Then we're going to take the pure purple, in this case Vallejo model colour violet, and give those carapace parts another dry brush to highlight the previous stage. Now we're going to add a little white to that purple for an even brighter highlight, just to boost the contrast a bit. And again, we're going to give them a lighter dry brush. It should end up looking a little like this. I went with purple. You could use any colour you so fancy. Next up, we're going to take some heavily thinned black, but you might decide to use Nuln Oil, and shade all the metal areas of the miniature. Don't forget to add this wash to your purple carapace parts as well. I say purple, but you might have done yours a different colour. Now for some fun, we're going to take some Vallejo model colour blue-green, thin this down a lot, and then paint this into some choice recesses, crevices and cracks for a nice verdigris effect. I feel I might have overdone mine, but you can take this as far as you so wish. Now we're going to go back to our Vallejo Model Air Chrome and just do some more highlighting on those previously washed metal parts. The guns, the pistons, the weapons, that spine thing hanging out of his back. Now we're going to take some white. I've used Corax white because it covers well and it hasn't completely dried up yet. And everywhere where we want to paint a green glowing effect, we're going to paint white first. Paint his balls, his eyes, and any gun things that you want to be glowing. Now I've made a mix of 4 parts yellow to 1 part light green, and I'm going to base coat all of his balls and glowing parts. Also done some pipes as well here, you can see. Now we're going to shade those green bits back down with Citadel Coelia green shade. Make sure this gets into all the recesses on all those green bits we've just painted. Now we're going to go back to our original 4 parts yellow to 1 part green mix and repaint all of those green glowing balls and areas, and make sure you leave your dark green in the recesses. This is really fun, painting these glowing effects. Now we're going to boost the yellow in that mix and have 12 parts yellow to 1 part green. And now we're going to highlight all those green glowing effects on the balls and the pipes and the weapon. When that's done, it should look a bit like this. Now again, we're going to boost that mix to 16 parts yellow to 1 part green for a final highlight. And this will give us a really lovely glow to those green areas. Try not to miss any because they're all over the miniature. When it's done, it should look a bit like this. I think it looks wonderful. Now we're going to go back to our Vallejo model colour black. You can use any black you fancy, and paint in all of the pipes that we haven't yet painted. There's some on the legs, some on the carapace, and some near the weapons. Now we're going to add a touch of white to that black, and we're going to highlight those pipes. Be very careful here, we don't want to mess up any of those previously done green glowing areas. That would be a pain. We'd have to go back and redo them all. But it's come out okay, so I'm happy. Now I'm not overly happy with our carapaces. So we're going to go back to these and add a 1-to-1 dry brush of purple and white and just boost the contrast back up after we gave them a wash. Next up, we're going to add 2 parts white to 1 part purple and give those yet another dry brush, trying not to go too heavy and concentrate on those edges. When that's done, it should look a bit like this. Now all we have left to do is to take some polystyrene cement and glue the carapace parts onto the main body. There you go, your Canoptek Doomstalker is finished. So there you have it. I think that was quite easy. Here's mine. Didn't take very long at all, and I'm quite happy with it. Let us know how you get on. If you find the content on this channel useful, then please consider joining our Patreon, the link to which is in the description below. If you want to see more painting tutorials, then click the link up here somewhere. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. That means you, Daniel. As always, thank you very much for watching, and always remember to drill your barrels.